And good evening, everyone, and welcome into beautiful Eagleville High School here in Eagleville, Tennessee, home of the Eagle Nation. Eagles will be playing in the second game here tonight, but first up, it's going to be the Richland Raiders versus the Fayetteville City Tigers, as the two teams will play for the fourth time this year. They met twice in the regular season, once in the district tournament, and now playing in the region semifinals. Win or go home here, as one of these teams will leave with a trip to the region championship and a sectional berth in hand. Jennifer, great to join you as always here on the KSR Sports Network.
Good to be with you there, Marky Mark, and I guess that makes me the funky bunch for tonight, for those of you who get that reference. But, yeah, here we are in Eagleville once again tonight. It's the boys' version of events. So, like you said, taking on Fayetteville City. Fourth matchup. Can we get the same results that we've seen in the other three? Of course, Fayetteville City did give the Raiders a bit of the scare just a few, was that last week? They've all started running together at this point, but, yeah, it feels like forever ago. But that's that game that was exciting, went into double overtime. Cooper Jackson hits the long three right toward the end of the second overtime for the Raiders to walk away 70-69 with that win. So that was a fun one. I hope tonight, though, I asked the guys today, I said, can I get a favor? I said, could we have a little more of a relaxed game, 20, 30-point win, take it easy on Ms. Hawkins tonight? Let's see if they, if they execute that.
Well, I will say that I think part of it, and I think you mentioned this as well last time, was the Raiders may have been sleeping on Fayetteville City a little bit after they had beat them by an average of about 25 points per game the first two times. And so now for them to, get in this situation where this is win or go home, you know what Fayetteville City is about. You know that they only won one game in the regular season. They won 3 games in the postseason so far. And so, they're a different team right now. They're one of the most athletic teams in the district. Arnold is hitting the threes. Reese and some of the folks are, really doing a good job in the paint there. Should be an interesting one here tonight, but, I have some faith in the Raiders. I really think Jason Levis is going to have a great game plan for them here tonight. They know about the new and improved Fayetteville City now. They end up finishing third and then knocking off the 2-seed Santa Fe there. And so I really think that this is going to be a great night of basketball, just like we got last night as the Lady Raiders moved on to the region championship there with that 49-40 win over Moore County.
Yeah, they had good action on the ladies' side last night. And so they did advance to the regional championship. We'll get you that action tomorrow night as they take on Cornersville yet again. So that'll be a fun matchup for the Lady Raiders. But tonight we've got Richland Raiders. Like you said, this is a must-win situation. If you win this one, you're guaranteed at least 2 more games because just explain it to folks that don't quite understand the playoff stuff. So once you reach regional championship round, really that's for seeding and who's going to host and travel during the sectional games. Sub-state games, it's got a lot of names, it depends on what generation you're from. In Oklahoma, we called that the area game. So, it just, it depends on where you're from.
Alabama uses the area term.
Yeah, so it's kind of dependent on where you're from and what generation you grew up calling that round. But it's the game that gets you into the state level. And so the goal is tonight to try to get a win and then march on. Thursday night would be the regional championship game against, let's go ahead and probably kind of call that one. They're in the later game, but I'm going to say it's probably Eagleville who has looked really sharp and just at this point has been unbeatable in the regular season. They honestly have not been beat all season and just a really strong contender to make a deep run, if not try to, make it all the way to the finals of the state tournament. But the Raiders have got their hands full tonight with, like you said, a new and improved Fayetteville City team. I do think maybe last time didn't quite come into it with the anticipation that, okay, this is a city team. We've kind of had our way with it, and we can handle this. But I don't think they're going to misjudge those city boys tonight.
I will say, though, how about the county as a whole, as we have both girls' teams are now in the Sweet 16 of sorts there, as they both moved on to a sectional berth. Giles County girls won by 11 last night over Franklin County there to eliminate them and move on to the region championship versus Tullahoma. Richland girls won last night by 9 over Moore County to advance to the region championship on this side versus Cornersville, who had to really eke out a victory last night over the Fayetteville City girls. And so tonight, the Richland boys and the Giles County boys will both try to join them there and you're going to hear it all here on KSR Sports. We're on the stream tonight, but if you're looking for Giles County, that game is on the radio tonight. It'll be JP Plant there, who is calling the game over in Tullahoma. But we're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back some more pregame thoughts, and then we'll have the opening tip and starting lineups here on KSR Sports.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together, taste better.
May Oil Company, a 4th-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
This is Mike Keith for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy Sundrop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold Sundrop today.
And we're back here on KSR Sports Network. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you Raider basketball as Richland in a win-or-go-home situation here versus the Fayetteville City Tigers, an unlikely foe this late in the postseason, but after the Tigers only won one regular season game, they've won 3 so far in the postseason. And Jennifer, with a win tonight, they would be into the Sweet 16 after a season in which, I think a lot of people felt was lost midway through.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark, and just kind of a little bit of a turnaround. Good crowd here tonight. I was just kind of checking out Raider Nation. They always travel so well, Mark, and they have really shown up in numbers. And, Eagleville is one of those, there's not a good, easy, quick way to get over here on the road. And it's good to see these folks showing up, but they're getting all the pregame announcements going on. We'll get the starting lineups in just a bit, but like you said, just one of these teams that, just never know what was going to be on the court. But both teams really playing some of their best basketball as of late, so it should be a fun, exciting matchup. But let's hope Richland comes out, controls the tempo, and you know Jason Lovelace has a game plan. Can his guys execute? That's what they're waiting on.
Yeah, we're about to get the national anthem and the invocation here from Eagleville High School. So Raiders versus Fayetteville City Tigers coming up. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back here on the KSR Sports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at biggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
And we are back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, bringing you the Region 5-1A semifinals. For a second straight night, Jennifer, the Lady Raiders won 49-40 last night over Moore County. The Richland Raiders looking to pick up their 21st win of the year and advance to the region championship and also earn that sectional berth there as well. Raiders 20-5 on the year. Fayetteville City 4-19 on the campaign. Jennifer, can you go ahead and get us the starting lineup for the Raiders?
Absolutely, Mark. They're going to go with the 5 we are used to hearing. They're going to go with the 2 seniors, Cooper Jackson and Jamison Andrews. Juniors, Will Shirey, Cade McCormick, and Jack Jackson round out the starting 5 for the Raiders. Over on the other side, Mark, I'll let you do the honors, or did you get those 5?
No, I do. We have Kassan Reese, Jaden Thomas. We actually had this name wrong last time. It's Jack Fincher. It was originally different on the early season
well,
one there.
I started to say we called him Will Riddle, I think, the whole game.
They changed numbers there. Niles Barnett and then also Braden Arnold. Arnold was so huge from beyond the arc last time. He hit 5. Reese was incredible in the paint. Those are the 2 guys to watch, I think, for the City Tigers here tonight. But here's the opening tip between Richland and Fayetteville City. Raiders win it as Will Shirey heads to the backcourt to corral that one in. And we are underway here between Richland and Fayetteville City here in an elimination game. Will Shirey, top of the key. He's going to drive, kicks, corner. Cooper Jackson back up top. They got the isolation play to Cade McCormick. Can't finish at the rim, though. Braden Arnold rebounds. He's across the timeline.
Yeah, Arnold, I have it on pretty good authority that that has been Jack Jackson's assignment. We see it from the beginning to face guard, kind of like what we saw in the girls' game against Bailey Blair last night.
Barnett up to Reese. Reese working against Will Shirey. Wanted the interior pass, but now he'll kick it to the corner. Barnett, he's trapped. He'll feed it out top to Jaden Thomas, only a couple feet shy of the half-court stripe. No score here in the first minute between Fayetteville City and Richland. Reese hands it up top on the wing. It's Arnold. Arnold will try to create off the dribble. He's swarmed, though, by a pair of Raiders, and they'll kick it opposite corner. Thomas now feeds it opposite side. Reese, he'll take the three. First shot of the day is no good for Fayetteville City, and McCormick rebounds.
I think that's what the game plan is they've got to really just attack and not let Fayetteville City have any second chance points.
They want McCormick again. He spins, kicks, Shirey, three, top of the key, no good. Long rebound comes down to Arnold. He'll be up the floor. Opposite corner, it's Reese. Loses out of bounds, just a bit too strong on the pass there from Jaden Thomas.
Yeah, Reese just a little bit out of position. I think Thomas thought he was going to come up a little more. Just missed the connection. So opportunity for the Raiders to set up their offense, get a good look at the basket.
Shirey out top to Jamison Andrews. That's actually his first offensive touch tonight. Now Jack Jackson will get it to Andrews down low. Andrews trying to create here. Andrews spins, kicks, and they'll restart the offense. Now Cooper Jackson on the opposite side, off of a screenplay. Jackson kicks, corner three. Shirey, count it. A First Realty Group three-pointer for Will Shirey makes it 3-0 Raiders.
Get that perimeter game going on the offense. Opens up a lot of things in the paint where they've been dangerous the last few games.
5:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Richland up 3-0 on that Will Shirey three-pointer, brought to you by First Realty Group. On the other side of the floor now, it's Braden Arnold working against Jackson. He and Reese will switch places, and Reese will attempt to drive. They kick. Jaden Thomas is open for three. No good off the back on iron. Rebounded by Jackson. Cooper Jackson gives it up to Cade McCormick in the corner. They'll work it around the perimeter. Oh, nice little play here. They get to Andrews, but it's stolen by Fincher. Arnold on the other side working against Cooper Jackson. I got to remember to start mentioning the first names there for Jack and Cooper Jackson.
Or just call them by their first names.
Spin move Reese. Oh, good defense there from Shirey applied. They'll kick back out to Reese now after the handoff. Ferocious defense here for the Raiders. That's going to be off the knee of Arnold, out of bounds. Raider basketball leading by 3.
I tell you, that defense scared it right out of his hands, Mark. I mean, they were coming after him, and like we said early on, that is Jack Jackson's assignment on defense, is to not let Arnold have many touches.
One of the biggest things tonight, stay out of foul trouble, especially for one Cade McCormick. McCormick here, ooh, the pass out to Andrews is an air ball. Fayetteville City picks up the loose ball there. On the other side, McCormick tries to block from behind, but Jaden Thomas scores for 2. Raiders up 3-2.
Yeah, Thomas just using his speed there in transitions. Smart to not commit the foul, though, by McCormick.
Raiders get it across the half-court stripe. Andrews to the hoop. Andrews puts it in. I think they might count this. Quite the continuation there. We'll see what the referee says.
He said it goes in.
Basket's
and so,
good,
yeah.
and the foul, a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. You know, that's some NBA level of continuation there, Jennifer.
Yeah, because I still think he was kind of mid-step going up, but hey, we'll take it. Gets points on the board for the Raiders.
He does complete the three-point play. Raiders up 6-2 with 4:18 remaining in the opening quarter versus Fayetteville City. Jaden Thomas off to Arnold. Arnold just absolutely being eclipsed by Jack Jackson there defensively. Jackson, a really underrated defensive player in my opinion. Speaking about someone who's not underrated defensively, McCormick swats that one out of bounds. On the block, Fayetteville City will inbound.
Yeah, I'm liking the defensive effort here to start for the Raiders.
And suddenly a hush.
I know, it got really quiet. I thought maybe there was something going on we missed.
On the inbound play there, but they get it out to Reese. That's eerie how quiet it got there for a moment.
Just totally silent in the entire gym.
Reese now working at Shirey. They'll work it around the perimeter, back up top to Thomas. Thomas had double figures last time these two teams played. In the corner now, it's Niles Barnett, starting quarterback as a freshman for the Fayetteville City team this year that went to the semifinals in football.
Yeah, definitely a good athlete.
Barnett, a little bit too strong on the pass there. Fincher is able to collect it after it nearly went out of bounds, and Fayetteville City having to restart once again. Richland's defensive effort looks really strong early. Reese, he'll think about a 3. Back up top to Thomas. Thomas crosses over, working against Cooper Jackson. Thomas, he spins, puts it up, puts it in for 2.
Thomas doing the work for the Tigers. You know, he's one of those, we saw him in the previous matchups, that he's just another one of those good athletes.
As Caden McCormick gets the handoff, drives, and is fouled on the floor this time. It'll be an inbound underneath the basket for the Raiders. Richland up 6-4 with 2:53 remaining here in the first quarter. A region semifinal matchup, an elimination game here at host Eagleville.
Niles Barnett whistled for that foul.
Great play there. They get Cooper Jackson open on the baseline drive, but just off the rim, no good. City rebounds.
He was too open on that, Mark. He just had a little gimme, and it just rolls off the rim.
Hands off to Barnett here. Working down to the wing. It's Thomas back up top. Fayetteville City just looking for a potential weakness here, but they haven't found one. And sure enough, Jamison Andrews now gets the steal, but Thomas chases him down, steals it back. Fayetteville City gets the ball back. Bounce pass down low to Fincher. Trying to take a charge there are the Raiders. They are unable to get the call, and now a missed three-pointer for Fayetteville City will give Richland the ball back.
So like I said, Richland looking solid on defense. Having a little issue getting some offensive baskets to go. Getting good looks, just can't quite get it to fall.
McCormick there, kicks out. Andrews, he's going to take a three. There it is, a First Realty Group three-point basket for Jamison Andrews. Raiders by 5.
Almost like Andrews said, let's prove them wrong, and steps back. Hey, they can prove us wrong all night if they want.
The high degree of difficulty shot are the ones they're hitting. It's those within 2-4 feet of the rim that they're missing so far, but they lead 9-4 with a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. Reese and Thomas trying to drive just like they did last time, but Richland doing a much better job denying that aspect of the Fayetteville City attack. Niles Barnett, short baseline jumper is no good, rebounded by Will Shirey. Shirey brings it in the front court. Oh, he's going to press here, but now he'll feed it back out to Andrews.
Yeah, he took a little drive there, and Thomas, goodness, reads it.
Thomas, will he dunk it? Nope, he will lay it in after he steals and goes coast to coast here. Sloppy pass there from the Raiders. Andrews wants to drive. He spins. Wow, gets right to the rim and scores. 11-6 Richland with under a minute.
Yeah, beautiful just inside cut and spin on Andrews there to take it on the low block, lay it in.
8 points for Andrews. That's a game high. Jaden Thomas has all 6 of the Fayetteville City points so far. Looks like with 25 seconds to go, they want to hold it for the last shot, Jennifer.
And why wouldn't they? If they could score here, they're going to keep it tight.
Up top, Thomas had a double screen. Now it's off to Arnold, 11 seconds. Fayetteville City running their offense now. Reese gets it down low. Loose ball. Fincher picks it up. Fincher kicks. Thomas doesn't have much time here at the buzzer. 3 is no good. Richland up 11-6 to end the first quarter of action here in this region semifinal versus Fayetteville City. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
We're here for the start of the second quarter. I'm Mark. as I'm trying to figure out my levels here. There we go.
Yeah,
I mark my. She's Jennifer Hawkins. 11-6. Richland on top as we enter the second quarter here in this region semifinal matchup.
Fayetteville City didn't get a break huddle quick enough, so the official just laid the ball down and started the count.
Arnold, his first 3 of the night, hit 5 of those in that district semifinal. Brings it within a 2-point game to start the second quarter.
Lane Dooley has come in this second quarter for the Raiders. He's letting Jack Jackson get a rest.
What a cut there from Will Shirey. McCormick hits him with the bounce pass, and Shirey to the hoop for 2.
Really good vision there by McCormick. Good finish by Shirey. That's the offense we want to kind of see. Like you mentioned, it's those little enclosed baskets that we're struggling a little bit in the first quarter. Can they get that going for them? Because I think defensively they really are looking sharp. This is just a quick team that they're up against.
City hands it back out top to Jaden Thomas. Working around the perimeter here. In the corner, it's Reese. Thomas wanted to get it inside to Fincher there. Cross court, Reese now will drive. Reese puts it up, short jumper. It's good. Reese has been deadly from that spot on the court. Fayetteville City back within 2.
Yeah, I think that's the difference in what we saw in the regular season is these guys are hitting shots that they didn't in the regular season. They've been a pretty consistent ball team.
They leave Cooper Jackson wide open for 3. He misses, but Jamison Andrews, big board, he's fouled. 2 free throws coming for Andrews.
Fouls did reset at the beginning of the second quarter, so that's going to be the first team foul for Fayetteville City. It's going to go against Reese, his first personal.
First free throw is true for Andrews.
Andrews really just looking, he was the MVP for the season. I think we see why. He's really getting a lot of the work done tonight.
Andrews does miss the second, but he's up to 9 points on the night. 14-11. Richland is now, they'll show a full court press here with 6:17 remaining in the second quarter. City does beat it on the opposite side. Thomas bounce pass. Ooh, just a bit too strong there for Fincher. I like what Thomas was thinking there, but Fincher just wasn't quite ready for it.
He's had a couple of those tonight that he's almost too quick for his own teammates. I mean, he really saw that, tried to get a good bounce pass across, but Fincher just a little too hot to handle.
Will Shirey on the left side. Kicks, corner, Lane Dooley. Back out to Shirey. Kind of exploring that perimeter. They get to McCormick on the low block. McCormick kicks. Shirey 3 from the wing. No good. McCormick, a big offensive board, and the putback, and the foul. McCormick, a chance for a 3-point play here.
Yeah, McCormick scoreless in the first quarter, but had some good passes, playing well on defense. And Jamison Andrews was doing the work offensively. But, yeah, just a great offensive board to go back up strong and draw contact. That foul goes against Fincher, his first.
McCormick subscribing to the Bailey Blair school of don't score early, but make them count. Last night, of course, she only had 2 points through the first 3 quarters, had 8 in the fourth. Huge down the stretch in that 49-40 victory. McCormick does hit the free throw there, so he's got 3 tonight now. 17-11 Richland. Thomas. Wow, he almost plays defensive back just like in football when he's out here.
Yeah.
I think he's the only guy on the court who could have kept that from going out of bounds on the long pass.
Yeah, he's got quite a vertical, doesn't he, Mark? Little bit, higher than mine maybe. So.
Don't cut yourself short.
Oh, goodness.
Reese gives it off now to Billy Brown, who is in now to start the second quarter. 5:12 remaining here in the second quarter. Richland up by 6. Reese off the dribble. Kicks out. Brown. Raider faithful here in attendance, getting into it now. They're leaving guys like Thomas pretty wide open for 3, kind of just daring them to take those shots from the perimeter. Now we're going to see a Barnett drive. Barnett spins twice. Nice play, but finally it is blocked by Cade McCormick, and Shirey comes up with a loose ball. Shirey gets into the front court. Shirey works to his right. Jack Jackson gives it off to Lane Dooley. Dooley to the hoop, and it's good for 2. Timeout on the floor, Raiders. are now on a 6-0 run to pick their largest lead of the night, 19-11. Only a 30-second timeout, so we'll stick with you, Jennifer.
Yeah, I sort of say they've really picked up the intensity on the offensive end as well. Like I said, I really like the energy level, what they're bringing to the defensive side of things. But Fayetteville City really has just figured out ways to score late in their season. And it, like we keep mentioning, one regular season win, and that really throws people for a loop. But something just clicked for them here when it got into playoff time. And I really think it's coming down to they are connecting on buckets that they didn't hit early in the season. And so it makes them a dangerous team. They're quick, too, on their passing. And like we mentioned, Thomas sometimes too quick even for his own teammates.
Lineup has changed slightly. Jack Fincher is back from injury. He's a big body down low, even though he's not scoring much. I think he's making a difference there.
Right.
And they really just look like they're playing a lot looser than they did early in the season. You know, they almost kind of look like they're a different offensive set in terms of kind of letting some athletes just get some isolation plays and finding a way to score. 4:10 remaining here in the second quarter. Raiders up by 8. Reese trying to work here against Shirey. Just some of the strongest defense I think we've seen all year for the Raiders. They're just not giving them any space at all. Back up top, it's Reese working against Jack Jackson. Jaden Thomas opposite side. They leave him wide open, but he still doesn't want that three. Now in the opposite corner, it's blocked again. Caden McCormick, his third rejection of the night. Will be Fayetteville City ball, though.
Yeah, that's new into the game. Anderson Dehart for Fayetteville City, and no offense, but
how about
I think
a welcome there?
Yeah, he's a younger guy. A big mismatch. Ball does go out of bounds off of the McCormick block, so Fayetteville City will retain possession and reset. But, yeah, McCormick just making his presence known.
On the other side, DeHart kicks back out to Arnold. 3:26 remaining in the second quarter. Richland up 19-11. And we've seen some long Fayetteville City possessions because they're not really taking any easy shots that Raiders want them to have. They have something they want to get accomplished on every possession. But Richland, just the defense really isn't breaking down as the possession goes on. Thomas now, he'll drive, kicks. They're going to have DeHart, has another shot. This time he hits it. That's a three-pointer, brings it back within 5.
Yeah, that's why he's shooting. He must come in as a perimeter specialist.
They called the wrong name at the scorer's table, but they'll go ahead and correct that. Richland still up by 5. Bounce pass, it's Andrews. Working around the perimeter here, opposite corner, Lane Dooley. Dooley back out to Andrews. Andrews, short jumper, rolls in and out. Dooley fighting for the rebound. It will come down to Reese, and then Reese is fouled. Might be the first Richland foul of the game, is it, Jennifer?
That's what I have in my records because, yeah, we didn't have any, so none yet. So that's the first tick mark goes against Jamison Andrews. Going to be the first team foul, first personal foul, and first of the game.
Yeah. 19-14, Richland on top here. Fayetteville City does retake possession with 2.5 to go here in the quarter. Fayetteville City kind of looks like they're suddenly trying to clog the lane. That isn't something they did quite as much in the first quarter. Three-pointer, wow, way off here for Arnold. As he airballs it, Andrews picks it up. On the other side, they get to McCormick. McCormick through a double team. Oh, nearly lost it there to Dooley. Extra pass there. I think McCormick had a good shot at it. They'll get it back to Dooley. Shot no good. Rebounded by Andrews on the opposite side. Bounce pass. McCormick through the double team. McCormick puts it up, puts it in for 2. One of the best offensive players I can remember in Raider history down there in the post. And he makes it 21-14.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he, Mark? But, yeah, just a good spin move. But it all starts with the kick out and then pass back in. Andrews saw that McCormick had position and feeds him in, and McCormick able to finish.
21-14. Shot is up and good for Jaden Thomas. He's been lightning in a bottle so far. 8 points for Mr. Thomas. 21-16. Raiders still on top.
Still doesn't want to take that three. They're leaving him open for that, but he's finding other ways to score. And Arnold seems frustrated on offense, but that's because they have really just kind of shut him down with that face guard.
Which is funny because I guess he's their best player. Andrews' three is no good, but McCormick, a thing of beauty, catches the rebound on a spin move and then puts it in off the glass for 2. But honestly, I guess Arnold is their best player, but I think Reese and Thomas are in that same conversation, Jennifer.
I don't know if he's the best player. They didn't want to give up any easy threes because he kept hitting those threes, and so they want to kind of take him out of his perimeter game.
23-16 Raiders on top by 7 once again. Here's the steal for McCormick. McCormick headed coast to coast. McCormick to the rim. He'll lay it in. Thought about the dunk. Decides better of it.
Well, Thomas was trailing him, but heads-up play by Thomas. He's not going to stop that shot. He's going to commit a foul, if anything. So
9 points in this second quarter for McCormick. You'll remember he had 27 last time these two teams played in that district semifinal. Raider faithful getting into it here. 10 seconds. Fayetteville City trying to score one last bucket as they trail by 9. Not much time here. Arnold, step back, 3, no good. 25-16 at the half. The Raiders put on a defensive clinic in the first 16 minutes as they lead by 9 at the break. We're going to take a quick timeout, be back with some halftime stats and thoughts here from Eagleville. But Richland leads by 9 here in the region semifinal.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice-cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice-cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together taste better.
May Oil Company, a four-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
And we're back here. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins here on the KSR Sports Network. The Richland Raiders lead 25-16 at the break here in these region semifinals over the Fayetteville City Tigers. You know, they always say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. How about beating them a 4th time, Jennifer? It looks like Richland is well on their way to doing just that so far.
Still a half to play, Mark, and we know that lots can happen coming up in the second half, but Richland looks very consistent. We've talked about their defense looks different than some of the games. They had a little bit of that slump. They've really picked up the intensity, the energy, the athleticism. They're trying to match that with Fayetteville City because, like you said, they've got a lot of athletes on the city team, and so that's kind of what's made them competitive right here at the end. And they're shocking a lot of people, and I don't think anybody's kind of overlooking them anymore. On the offensive side, started a little slow except for Jamison Andrews, who got the work done in the first quarter. He had 8 points, and then in the second quarter, it was Cade McCormick getting to work. And a couple of those baskets, he finished on offensive rebounds. You know, he went back and gathered in those missed shots and then was able to turn around and put them back up strong. And so I really like the completeness of what I'm seeing on both ends of the court, looking good for the Raiders. You know, so we expect this. It's always a fun matchup to see these guys when you see such good athletes out, giving their all. And there's so much on the line tonight. I mean, Fayetteville City's looking for a little revenge because, like you said, Richland's beat them 3 times already. Can they do it 4th time? I think that Richland has found the right combination of things. I think they've studied this team enough, and they know what they bring to the table now. So they have a good game plan, and so far they're executing it. They've just got to be strong through 3rd and 4th. I want to mention, though, I think the most interesting stat of the game, 1 team foul, I believe, is what
for the Raiders.
For the Raiders. That has been an issue in the past where some of them have gotten into some foul trouble. Now, I say that they're going to come out in the second half and commit like the three back-to-back. But, it's been a quick work of the first half, you know, because they're kind of letting them play. But it really hasn't been super physical. I don't think they've missed a ton of fouls or anything like that. But Raiders are playing this high-intensity defense without committing the fouls, so that's been big.
Looking at your leading scores so far, 9 points apiece for Cade McCormick and Jamison Andrews. 5 points for Will Shirey, 2 for Lane Dooley, and that'll actually do it for the Raiders. They're just 4 scores in the first half, led by McCormick and Andrews, 9 points each. As for Fayetteville City, 8 points to lead the way for the Tigers by Jaden Thomas, 3 points apiece for Anderson DeHart and Braden Arnold, and then 2 points for Kassan Reese. I think that's pretty big. You know, Reese, I think, really, really burned them last time out. I think he may have ended up having a game high, maybe 22. Well, a team high, pardon me, because McCormick had the game high 27 for the Raiders. But I think he had a team high, and I think he actually had 2 points for him more than Arnold. And they have basically forced Jaden Thomas to take that role here tonight. Thomas has done an admirable job there, but the defense is the real story for me so far for the Raiders. Richland offense has been good enough, but the Raider defense has been elite tonight, to say the least.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they'll step it up even more on the offensive end. I think you see McCormick will get going in that paint, and then when that happens, you know, Fayetteville City's going to notoriously probably try to collapse and shut him down, which is going to leave the perimeter game open. And I think some of those shots are going to start to go for the Raiders from that arc. But I think, you know, Thomas, you can let him score a little bit. You just need to shut down their 2 and 3 scorers. And so far, Reese and Arnold limited to 5 points total. That's kind of the difference in the game. Reese was a little bit of a surprise, I think, in that 3rd matchup in the district matchup. But it just honestly came down to I don't know that anybody expected him to have that big a game. And now they're aware of him. They're aware of Arnold. Thomas is probably one of those players that you want to kind of contain him, but I don't think you'll stop him completely. He's just too good an athlete. But, so Raiders just need to kind of continue. Don't take your foot off the gas. And don't expect Fayetteville City to either. We've seen they're a pretty gutsy team, and they're going to come at you full throttle. Raiders got to be ready for that, anticipate that, and just keep the pace going and control the game from
Richland
here on out.
up 25-16 at the half here, 9 points apiece for Jamison Andrews and Cade McCormick lead the way for the Raiders here in this region semifinal. We'll be back after a 90-second timeout with the start of the 3rd quarter here from Eagleville.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Reg with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
This is Mike Keith for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins here to start the third quarter. The Richland Raiders up 25-16 over Fayetteville City here in the Region 5A semifinals. One of these teams will see their season come to an end. The other will be headed to the Region Championship and sectionals. Cade McCormick thinks about a three now. He's going to drive to the hoop, puts it up, puts it in for two off the glass, picking up right where he left off in the second quarter, Jennifer.
Like we said, didn't get any points from him in the first quarter, but Jamison Andrews took that role. But McCormick now has gotten warmed up and doing his work in the paint.
27-16, largest lead of the night for Richland with 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. Raiders on pace to only hold Fayetteville City to about 30 points here tonight. They'd have to feel pretty good about that if that's what they could do. Fincher, he'll kick. Long two for Barnett, no good. Rebounded by Jackson, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Richland basketball on the inbound underneath the basket.
You know, Barnett's taking a few of those shots tonight from the side. He's got some confidence. He just hadn't hit them. I don't know if that's one he's accustomed to hitting or not sure that's the game plan.
Full court press here. Shirey gets it in the front court. Gives it off to Jack Jackson. Jackson kind of in between the defense here. He'll kick. Three-pointer McCormick. In and out. Offensive board is there for Jack Jackson, though. Big rebound for the junior.
Yeah, he kind of watched it fly out of McCormick's hand and then goes in to grab that rebound. Gives his team second chance points.
Cooper Jackson for three, no good. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas looking to push here. Thomas, he's going to head to the hoop. They're going to say there was a foul on the floor.
That's going to go against Will Shirey, his first personal.
So Fayetteville City will inbound. Arnold will do the honors. Kicks there. Niles Barnett back up top to Thomas. Handoff for Arnold. They were hoping they could lose Jack Jackson on the screen, but no such luck. He's been on Arnold like glue here tonight. Jaden Thomas bounce pass, kick ball. It'll remain Fayetteville City basketball. 27-16, Richland leads with 6:12 remaining in the third.
Lane Dooley going to check in place of Cooper Jackson. Trying to rest these guys a little bit because, like we said, really going all out on that defensive end. Want to make sure they have enough in the tank to get through four quarters.
Arnold kicks. Thomas going to try to create off the dribble. Little fade away. Wow, Thomas has been so good from that range tonight. He hits this one. Thomas is now in double figures at 10. But on the other side, another young man in double figures suddenly is Jamison Andrews on the baseline drive.
Yeah, they kicked out to him. He takes that left hand down baseline. Made that decision before the ball even really got to him. I think he saw the lane and chose to take it.
McCormick and Andrews tied for a game high with 11 points apiece. They get it down low to Fincher there. Raiders were trying to bite on the steal from the pass, and Fincher gets a wide open lay-in. Fayetteville City back within 9. Dooley in the corner gives it back out to Jack Jackson. Back here now we'll have the drive from Dooley. Dooley may have taken an extra step. They don't call it. And now they're going to call it on McCormick? That might have been a makeup call, Jennifer. I saw the Dooley travel. I don't know if I saw the McCormick one.
Yeah, not sure either, but that or it just took a minute for the official to process.
To register.
Yeah.
Technically, they don't tell us what number, so maybe he was just like, oh, yeah, that's what travels are.
A late whistle.
Timeout on the floor for Fayetteville City. They trail by 9 here with 5:05 remaining in the third. 30-second timeout, so we will stick with you through it. Jennifer, Richland still just elite defensively, but offensively just haven't quite found their rhythm. I mean, in terms of getting good looks, I think they're about as good as usual. Maybe a few less three-pointers. You know, they were hot from beyond the arc versus Mount Pleasant. Only 2 so far tonight, though, in this one. But Raiders just kind of holding Fayetteville City at arm's length.
Yeah, I know we've got a 9-point lead, but you would really like to see Richland put some pressure up, force a couple of turnovers, and then go on a little nice 6-0, 7-0 run, something like that, just to kind of extend this lead, feel a little more comfortable. I don't know, just they're getting the look. The offense is running like it should. It's just some of the shots just not falling for them.
I think what's big is getting Cooper Jackson involved. You know, he had 20 versus Mount Pleasant, has only taken 3 shots so far tonight, 0 for 3 from the field. But I think he'll be big here in the second half. Cross-court pass, Jaden Thomas now. He's going to kick up top to Reese. Reese, he'll feed it back out. Now he's going to spin on the drive, gets underneath the basket. It's tipped and stolen by Lane Dooley and Cade McCormick. Good job by both of those young men as Richland takes back possession.
Yeah, Dooley just jumps up and blocks it. McCormick gathers it in. Good teamwork, good vision.
Jackson now will drive. Gives it off to Shirey. Back up top to McCormick. They like this matchup. McCormick, though, has it stolen. And then I think they're going to catch him as he went to the floor there trying to steal it back.
And so that is going to be the first foul for McCormick. Second team foul of this third quarter.
Have to feel pretty good to only have 1 foul on McCormick here with 4:19 remaining in the third.
We're sharing the same thoughts, Mark, because I was just about to make that same observation that we've seen a lot of times he's on the bench at this point because he's in foul trouble. So I'll take 1 at this point.
Remember, he did score a game-high 27 but fouled out last time these two teams played. Much different experience here tonight. Edmiston into the game now for Fayetteville City. I think that's the first time we've seen him here tonight. On the floor for the Raiders, it's Cooper Jackson, Jack Jackson, Lane Dooley, Will Shirey, and Cade McCormick as Jameson Andrews gets a rest. Reese working against Cooper Jackson here. They'll feed out to Jaden Thomas. Kind of an awkward play there, is a little contact, but he travels. But they will go ahead and call the foul before the travel call.
So that foul is going to go against Cooper Jackson, his first.
If I'm not mistaken, is anyone on the Raiders have 2 fouls yet?
No, there's 4 total, and it's Shirey, Jackson, Andrews, and McCormick all have 1 apiece. So at least they're spreading around their love there.
Offensive foul on the off-the-ball movement there for Jaden Thomas. That'll be a turnover. Raiders take over, leading 29-20 with under 4 to go here in the third.
Yeah, it took me a minute because he signaled 1. I'm like, that's Colin Johnson. So he jumped up from the bench.
Well, I thought that was a lane violation at first until I saw, because, you know, he motioned back and forth.
Right.
Now we're going to have a foul called against Reese as he mugs Cooper Jackson there at the half-court stripe.
So we mentioned in the halftime show that the first half went pretty quick because they didn't whistle a lot of fouls, but that wasn't necessary. I think they're making up for it here, Marcus.
Well, they don't get paid by the hour.
You're right. You're right. That one goes against Reese, his second personal. That's the second team foul here against the Tigers in the third quarter.
It's a set fee for refereeing here in the TSSAA. 3:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Raiders up 29-20. A bit of a scoring lull for both teams. Andrews on the wing, wants it down low to McCormick. McCormick through a triple team. Off the back iron, no good. Arnold brings it out. Working against Cooper Jackson, they give it up top to Reese. Reese kind of exploring a potential isolation play here against Shirey, but he'll hand it off to Niles Barnett. Reese on the left wing. Continuing to explore the perimeter here for Fayetteville City. Now Thomas will drive. Thomas puts up an awkward shot, but it takes a friendly roll. Good for 2, and Fayetteville City's back within 7.
Yeah, sometimes you just get the bounce on a shooter's shot. And that's what happened there for Thomas.
Andrews, he's going to pull up for two. No good. Fights for the rebound here. Tie up. Possession arrow in favor of Fayetteville City. So Tigers maybe making a bit of a run here after the Raiders had taken their largest lead of the night, 11 points. City has the ball back, trailing by 7 with 2:17 remaining here in the third. Thomas drives to the hoop once again. Travels in the lane. And so Richland will take back possession.
Just tries to cut across and takes that extra step through the paint and does get called for it. Jack Jackson now checks in for Cooper Jackson.
I think this is a really big 2-minute span here for Raiders to end the third period. You'd like to enter the fourth quarter back up by double digits.
Well, they've really gotten stuck on that 29.
Yeah. But they've missed, you think about those McCormick and Andrews shots. Those are shots you normally hit. Ooh.
Little give-me points usually, but just couldn't get them to fall.
Shirey on the wing. Raiders have almost kind of given up the three-point basket here tonight. Maybe because of the defensive pressure that they're seeing there and what Fayetteville City wants to kind of funnel them into. McCormick, top of the key, works it over to Lane Dooley. Dooley off the dribble now. Gives off to Jack Jackson. Bounce pass. McCormick to the hoop. Kicks. Three. Shirey. Count it! They heard me talking again, Jennifer, as they hit a First Realty Group three-pointer for Will Shirey, puts them up by 10.
Great trust in your teammate, too, because Jackson feeds into McCormick, who goes baseline, draws the defense in, but knows Shirey's waiting in the corner and just throws it almost without looking.
I love that for McCormick because he had a great look there. I mean, there's probably a 60% chance he hits that shot. And yet, they go ahead and he trusts his teammate. But Jaden Thomas on the other end, unbelievable night so far. He's scored almost all of the Fayetteville City points. His three-pointer there gets him back within 7. He has 7 points this quarter. Raiders 44 seconds remaining. They may try to hold it for the last shot here. Shirey has it out top, dribbles to his left. 37 seconds. He'll pull it back to the half-court stripe. Fayetteville City, though, not content to allow them to do just that. They're kind of trying to make them play back and forth here, potentially trying to jump a passing lane. 19 seconds. They give it off to Jack Jackson now from Shirey. Back to Shirey. Reese keeps coming out to force the potential 5-second. Bounce pass, McCormick, 6 seconds. Not a lot of time here. Three-pointer off the curl from Andrews. No good, but Dooley at the buzzer hits it. Dooley, offensive board and putback, brings it back out to a 9-point lead for the Raiders at the end of 3. We'll be back. Don't you dare change that channel here as Richland up by 9 here in the region semifinals.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
And we're back here to start the fourth quarter. 34-25, Raiders on top after Lane Dooley, a big offensive rebound and a putback at the buzzer to end the third, Jennifer.
Yeah, talk about not quitting on a play, Mark. How big could that bucket be, kind of extend that lead to back up to that 9 points. But I'd like to go a little more and be a little more comfortable, but I'll take that coming into the fourth.
I'm missing 2 points that period for Fayetteville City. So Thomas had 7. Who else scored?
Oh, you said for City?
Yeah.
Fincher had 2.
Fincher had 2. Okay, that's what it was. Thomas, though, now has a game high with 15 points. Well, we got wide open for Cooper Jackson. No good, but Jameson Andrews, the board, and the reverse lay-in comes up and under for 2.
Beautiful move. Andrews works hard for the rebound, and when you think he doesn't have a shot, just spins from underneath the bucket and lays it in.
Huge there. We were talking about Fayetteville City having the ball, pulling back within 7, but now suddenly Raiders back up by 11 here with 7.5 remaining in regulation. Braden Arnold has just been absolutely taken out of the game tonight by this Raider defense. I believe he only has 3 points so far. Thomas, though, has been great. Man, he just finds another way to make one fall there in the lane. 17 points for the young man.
Yeah, Raiders, I mean, it's not a lack of defense against Thomas. He's just playing that well.
McCormick to the hoop, kicks. Shirey open for three. Hits another. That's the first Realty Group three-pointer of the night for Will Shirey, and he's in double digits with 11 points now. Raiders by 12. Fayetteville City is trading twos for threes right now against Richland, and that's not going to get it done here in the fourth.
Yeah, as a Richland fan, I'll take it.
Thomas, though, they leave him wide open top of the key. No good there from three. Wow, a weird play here. I have no clue whose ball this is. They're going to say Fayetteville City. But a Fayetteville City player, it was off of Andrews. A Fayetteville City player comes out of nowhere, dives out of bounds to try to save it for reasons that aren't entirely apparent. But then they end up getting it off Andrews, and so Fayetteville City gets back possession.
I guess he really couldn't tell who it went off of, so I guess he just went after it just in case. But, yeah, just a strange set of events there.
39-27, Raiders lead with just over 6 minutes remaining in this region semifinal. Once again, this is an elimination game. Wow, crazy pass and then a steal there for Will Shirey. Shirey to the hoop. Shirey off glass. It's good. Largest lead of the night for the Raiders, 41-27. Shirey having quite a night tonight on the both ends of the floor, Jennifer. Oh, they're going to call palming here.
Wow.
Against the Fayetteville City Tigers, and the wheels really falling off here in the fourth period for Fayetteville City. They'll take a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 41-27. Raiders are on top with 5:46 remaining here in the fourth period. Back in 30 seconds here on KSR.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
I can't really explain to you how this is the case, but Giles County's still at the half, but they're up by 19 against Creekwood. So, Jennifer, we're pretty close now to potentially having all four teams in the Sweet 16 headed to sectionals this weekend / next Monday.
It's a good time for some county basketball, that's for sure. Making Giles County definitely look good. Richland and Giles County, both teams. But they're at the half?
How is with 5:45 remaining in the in the fourth quarter here in Eagleville?
They may have had a delay of
Giles
some sort.
at the half?
I don't know. Yeah, some may have happened. They've
Right.
called a lot of fouls in that game, possibly.
Everyone has fouled out. Raiders up 41-27 with 5.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Richland kind of just playing the motion offense here, playing keep away. And now finally Shirey takes a three. Shirey hits his first Realty Group three-pointer of the night. He's got 8 points in the final period. And this one getting out of hand a little bit here with a 17-point lead for Richland.
Well, remember we talked about in pregame, I ordered up a 20-point at least win, and so that I could be a little more relaxed tonight. Maybe I might get my wish.
The only thing that's odd to me, though, is they're allowing Fayetteville City to have so many looks for three if they want it, and yet not many of them are willing to take them here. There's another missed basket. Raiders take back possession. Shirey, nearly backcourt there. Luckily, Andrews was able to set his feet before he took in that pass. Timeout for Coach Jason Lovelace. It's a full timeout. We'll actually stick with you through this one. Richland up 44-27 with 4:37 remaining, Jennifer. And I think you're being a little critical of the Raiders in terms of how big they've won recently. You may have been a little nervous, but, they won by 20 in the district championship over Cornersville. They won by 22 the other night versus Mount Pleasant. They're on pace to win by 20 again tonight. I think they're winning.
No. Let me defend my thinking here, okay? I was talking about the City game, Mark.
That's fair.
What happened in that one? Double overtime, 1-point win right at the end. And we had the girls' game last night, so I just told him, I said, that's been a little much lately, so because Moore County kind of gave the girls a run last night. I said, let's just have a relaxing one tonight. That would be nice. So that's all I was meaning is the last matchup with City was a little stressful.
Until the last 3 minutes, this has been a close ball game throughout.
It really has, yeah.
But Richland has consistently held about an 8 to 10 point lead, and it's just kind of, how you think about like the big brother holding the little brother at arm's length, and their arms are just too long for them to reach them. That kind of feels like what the general vibe of tonight's basketball has been, is Richland has just held them at bay and then taken a big run here in the fourth quarter, thanks largely to Will Shirey.
Yeah, it's almost like each quarter, except maybe that third, there was pretty consistent scoring. But each quarter, one different player has been kind of the one shining on offense. Now they don't have to be in a rush this last 4.5 minutes as they've kind of built this lead. They're going to have to force City to either foul or just chase them down and let the clock run out. Either way, Richland really kind of well on their way to what looks like should be a win.
Andrews is fouled from behind there. 4:19 remaining in the fourth. Raiders by 17. And Richland trying to run about a 1 minute off the clock every possession right now offensively. And City may start being forced to foul pretty soon.
That foul did go against Niles Barnett, his third personal. First of the fourth quarter for either team.
Andrews takes the pass there, basically takes it from Cooper Jackson. That's who the inbound pass was meant for. But then on the drive, loses the basketball. Reese steals it. Fayetteville City ball. But now it's, tipped away, but Fayetteville City gets it back on the tip from Shirey. And then kind of an awkward foul there. They're going to say no basket as Richland fouled the player who had passed the ball to Fincher. Fayetteville City fans don't like it, but it was probably an early enough whistle. There's no chance he was going up for the basket, so they're going to give them the foul on the player who was attempting to assist there. And it's no free throws coming here. Three-pointer on the way, no good for Barnett. Rebounded by Andrews. Fayetteville City just can't buy a shot here in the second half.
That foul did go against Shirey, his second personal. It's the first player of Richland to have multiple fouls.
Jack Jackson loses the ball, but then ends up getting it back. I believe they call a foul on the floor against Fayetteville City.
Yeah, they had him triple team surrounded, but Jackson really just maintaining, not panicking and just kind of keeping his pivot. A lot of times if you'll do that, you will draw a foul.
Kick it all the way out top to Cade McCormick, who kind of like edges back there like he's a center fielder drifting back, picks it up, and Raiders have the ball up by 17. McCormick and Cooper Jackson just giving it back and forth up top. McCormick forced out to the half-court stripe, but now the ball is stolen by Fayetteville City. 3:15 to play. Thomas dribbles behind the back. He'll slow things down here, something Fayetteville City really can't afford to do, and now we're going to have a steal by Cade McCormick after the tip away from Jamison Andrews. Raiders take back possession.
We've seen that several times tonight. One of the Raider teammates will get a hand on the ball, somebody else goes and grabs it.
Shirey drives. They let Shirey go wide open to the lane. He can't hit the layup, though. 2:46 to play. Richland still up 44-27. Jaden Thomas thinks about a corner three. You're down by 17. Why are you not taking those, Jennifer? Reese.
Well, I think it's because he had a McCormick in front of him. He had to
McCormick was almost daring him there. He was standing about 3 feet back as Reese does score on that possession. Only his second basket of the night. 44-29. Shirey back to Cooper Jackson. A three-man weave here at the top. A clothesline of Jack Jackson there is not intentional, but they catch his throat there trying to steal that ball. It'll be a foul on the floor.
Yeah, it looked like a hard foul, but like you said, it was just in motion of trying to break the screen and stuff. But and then Jackson was kind of finishing his step, so just a collision.
44-29. Raiders ahead by 15 points with about 2 minutes to go. This one probably out of reach for the Tigers. Jameson Andrews to the hoop. Picks up a loose ball. Can't make it go, though. And Arnold will come up with the rebound and be fouled by Andrews.
That's going to be Andrew's second personal, second team foul for the Raiders here in this fourth quarter with 2:01 showing on the clock. Lane Dooley checking in for the Raiders. And they'll get a timeout on the court as well.
Was that 30 seconds or full?
He didn't motion yet, so full.
Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well. 44-29, Raiders on top with 2:01 remaining in regulation here in this elimination game in the region semifinal. Back in 30 seconds here on KSR Sports.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
And we're back here. Just 2:01 to play. Richland up by 15 points here in the region semifinal. Lady Raiders won 49-40 last night over Moore County to advance to the region championship. Tomorrow night versus Cornersville. We'll have that game for you, I believe, on the radio. You know, we're on stream tonight. Giles County had the radio tonight. But that's actually a good problem to have, as all four teams in the county still alive, and it looks like all four will be headed on to sectionals as Giles County Bobcats up big tonight over Creekwood. Billy Brown on the other side has it tipped away. Raiders, though, the two Raiders in the vicinity didn't know the ball had been stolen, and so Fayetteville City gets it back. Now we're going to have a foul on the baseline drive.
Coach Jason Lovelace doing his best cheer impression. He had a little jump going on there as he saw something he didn't like. I would have liked to have that on video.
It's too bad they don't let us do video for the postseason.
Yeah, that would have been a fun moment to catch.
Niles Barnett gives it off to Reese. Fayetteville City just taking so long on every possession, trailing by 15.
No urgency.
Finally get a three-pointer in the corner. That one is good for Niles Barnett, and that elicits a quick 30-second timeout for Fayetteville City. We'll go ahead and stick with you through it.
It's just interesting because, you know, when you're down, you're thinking, we got to score and try to score quickly, and it's like they're taking as much time as Richland is on the other end to set up their offense. And I know they want to look for good shots and stuff, but time is of the essence, as they say.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's fine. I think Raiders are fine with them running the clock, but kind of an interesting setup there.
One thing I love about this Raider team is there have been 4 different players so far in the postseason who, well, actually I'm assuming something about tonight, but assuming Will Shirey finishes as the leading scorer tonight, there have been 4 different players so far in the postseason who have led the Raiders in scoring. And what does that say for a team that can do that? That you have 4 different guys that any given night can lead the way on the offensive end.
Well, it's important, especially as you move through the playoffs, because then teams can't really focus in on one individual player. You know, you have to play the team, and that's gonna be a factor moving forward.
I mean, Cooper Jackson may have had the best game of his career versus Mount Pleasant. And I'm not sure. I don't think he's scored tonight, right?
He has not, but, I mean, he's doing so much work on the defensive end. And, goodness, Jack Jackson goes down hard again. A little slow to get up. Oh, he's limping. Not a good sign.
He wants to stay in, but I think they're going to go ahead and bring Lane Dooley in place of him.
Well,
he says, hey, give me the inbound.
This last minute 11, well, that's just Jack Jackson. He's just a competitor, but, man, you don't want to see. He's
concerned that Arnold might score if he's not out there.
Yeah, he's had a task tonight, and he's done a phenomenal job at it.
Arnold, once again, had 20-plus points last time, hit 5 3-pointers. This time out, we're going to have a tie. Oh, a foul called, actually. That one called against Fayetteville City. But what I was going to say there is Arnold had 5 3-pointers, 20-plus points. Last time these two teams played in the district semifinals. This time, are they calling a technical? This time, Arnold only has 3 points. Okay, no. The Fayetteville City players just weren't coming down to potentially get in position.
Yeah, because they didn't realize it was the 5th team foul for the bonus.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I really expected a tie-up in that.
Yeah,
it was one of those where everybody was kind of down going for the ball.
Or admittedly, maybe a travel, as the Richland player did kind of roll over.
Yeah. still confused because they've got 4 up on the board. I think they called it on Braden Arnold, to be honest. But
with 1:03 remaining and a
doesn't really
13-point
matter, yeah.
lead, I'm really kind of feel like it's a moot point.
And good news, Raider fans, Jack Jackson back in the lineup. And so I think he just need to walk it off, a little tweak of the ankle, but he seems fine.
Shirey there hits 1 of 2. He's up to 19, I believe. That's not true. It's 17. I'm bad at math. 54 seconds remaining, 45-32. Raiders on top. They just let Barnett go wide open to the basket, and he still misses the bunny there. And then Will Shirey's fouled. They'll give him another shot at potentially getting to 20 by the end of the night.
Yeah, maybe it's the 19 you were trying to give him credit for. You know, he's just going to hit these and get his tally.
Once again, this is an elimination game. The Region 5A semifinals. A winner will play, admittedly, versus Eagleville Thursday night. We don't technically know that yet, but Eagleville's undefeated, and they're playing a good but not great Cornersville team.
I start saying, and that's not a shot at Cornersville. That's just how good Eagleville is this year. That's for sure.
I don't want to say that this is the case because I do want to look around and make sure that I'm not incorrect, but I don't know if I should say it. But I don't see Cornersville's radio. Do you?
No, I don't. They're usually here by now, too. So
the only thing I was going to say about that is, as Jameson Andrews steps in front of one, and rather than try to go coast to coast, he'll actually just slow things down. But they get it up to Cooper Jackson. Cooper gets into the score sheet tonight. What I was going to say, though, is, I don't want to speak to motivation, but do you think the game's going to go that bad versus Eagleville?
Well, that or it's hard to cover games every night when you got them back to back to back. So
yeah, I get that. And like I said, I really like the Cornersville guys. Friends with one of them, as he helps us out at the Bank Frank Ewan with financial wealth management. But 47-32, Raiders up by 15 here with 16 seconds to go.
That foul goes against Thomas. They trapped Cooper Jackson on the inbound and committed the foul. So Jackson's at the line. And so we said that he hadn't had any points, and we're going to see kind of mass substitution course not in for Jackson this last 16 seconds into the game now. Nathan Price, Colin Johnson, Hollis Miller, and Jensen Fugelberg. And Lane Dooley awaits the substitution. We've seen him already tonight.
Jackson hits both. 49-32. Richland on top, just 16 seconds remaining as the Raiders fans are standing on their feet now. You're going to have a corner three from Bruce Carter. No good. Fugelberg fighting for that was Price fighting for the rebound. A long three is also no good on the other side. Raiders pull down the rebound, but there is the final buzzer. Richland will move on to the region championship and the sectionals. 49-32. Raiders win it here in Eagleville. Jennifer, all 4 teams moving on to the Sweet 16.
Not sure we've been able to say that win, Mark. That's been
probably ever since I've been around here.
I sort of say I don't know in any recent history of that being the case, and so just good things happening for those in the county, and Richland getting the job done. Fayetteville City kept it interesting through most of the game, but Raiders really just too strong in the end. Come on and use that intensity on the defensive end to kind of stop the Fayetteville attack. Just couldn't get anything going. City missing a lot of easy buckets, a lot of opportunities. And then, like at the end, just like I said, no sense of urgency to try to get that offense going when they were down significantly. But Raiders able to just maintain and walk away with the 17-point victory tonight.
Trying to get the final tally here. Keep talking, Jennifer.
Oh, goodness. Here I'm already fighting a little bit of throat stuff, so I apologize, folks, for that. My husband would say I probably talk too much, and so it's just worn out.
Good news. I got
overuse.
It.
So.
I got it now. It's all right. Here is your final scoring tally as looking at Fayetteville City's side. Jaden Thomas, 17 points to lead all scorers. No one else had more than 4. So, Thomas, he's the reason that they were still kind of in contention to start the fourth quarter there, Jennifer.
Yeah, he really was a solid player. Yeah, you take him out of the game, and,
it's not close.
City, he was almost a one-man show for Fayetteville City to keep them, keep this interesting and keep them in the matchup.
4 points for Kassan Reese, 3 points for Anderson DeHart, 3 points for Niles Barnett, 3 points for Braden Arnold, which once again, as we mentioned, he had 20-plus and 5 3-pointers in that district semifinal, but Jack Jackson really shut the door on him today. Then 2 points for Jack Fincher. So once again, Jaden Thomas leads the way for City with 17 points. As for the Raiders, I believe he had 17 for Will Shirey, 13 Jamison Andrews, 11 Cade McCormick, 4 points each for Lane Dooley and for Cooper Jackson. And actually, here's the Cornersville crew, so we'll go ahead and get out of the way for them. So Raiders win it 49-32. Jennifer, great to have you once again. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to me, the producer, tonight. And we'll go ahead and call it. Raiders win it by 17. Tune in tomorrow night for Richland girls as they will take on in the championship Cornersville. So it had been a great night. For Jennifer Hawkins, I'm Mark Mize saying thank you and good night.